her for real. Good night, ladies.
Good night.
Well, we are coming back to you live one last time. It is about 11:15 on Tuesday, November the 5th, 2013. Of course, election night. The result wasn't quite what we expected it to be. However, we are still optimistic about Cincinnati continuing to move forward. So, of course, Roxanne Qualls did not get elected as mayor of our great city of Cincinnati, and she conceded not too long ago to our mayor-elect, John Cranley, who is actually having a victory celebration just down the road here at another venue. And of course, we did have a wonderful time. Once again, I forgot to dispense with the formalities. My name is Edward Williams, and of course, you're joining us here on the Connecting Spot broadcast out in front of Mahogany's at the Banks. So I tell you what, it was a wonderful night. Roxanne Qualls really put forth her best effort. It was certainly a Herculean effort, and I think it is very telling what happened here tonight based upon the city council vote as well as the margin of victory that Cranley actually achieved. So it's quite interesting, and I tell you what, it remains to be seen what's going to happen over the next 4 years. Hey, good night, Cedric. Hey, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Hey, come here, y'all, come here. Because Councilman Wendell Young is back.
Absolutely.
Yes. So
Absolutely.
Cedric Denson, Timothy McClure, Chief of Staff and Community Liaison for Councilman Wendell Young, of course, who will be back for 4 years this time. Back for 4 years. So I know you guys are happy about that. And I know you guys have an awful lot of work.
There's a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
We were chosen as a candidate for vice mayor for Roxanne Qualls, unfortunately.
Wow.
That did not happen, but we are back as a council member. We will go forward in the next 4 years and doing everything we can do to push mortality, to push food deserts, and to progress our record of making sure the Black community is taken care of. We're looking forward to the return.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting too. There's a little bit of a swing in terms of the balance of power on city council, whereas last couple of years we had a majority on city council. Now that's kind of shifted. We still actually have some power positions, but we've seen some really interesting things take place in this race, particularly as it relates to Councilman Smitherman, and of course Councilwoman Yvette Simpson was always with a charter right or independent. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting.
I think it'll be interesting. Beyond it being interesting, I think that we still had the ability to come together, be able to work together to find out ways that we can advance the community. I know our office will, in collaboration with the community, being sure we're doing everything we need to do to be sure that we
Yeah. That's ultimately what needs to happen is the citizens of Cincinnati need to continue to benefit. Actually, and there's Councilman Young. How are you doing?
Doing well.
Yes, sir. Good to see you as always.
Thank you.
So I can tell you've got that look in your eye like, hey, I want to go now.
It's that kind of look, man. What can I say?
Well, certainly it's good to have you back, certainly for another term, and of course it'll be a 4-year term this time. So I was just talking with Cedric and Timothy, and we were talking obviously about what needs to happen going forward, certainly with kind of the shift.
We have to regroup a bit because this is not the council we expected, and so our game plan has to be different. I got to find a way to do the things that we think are important, find a way to work with these new people,
Yeah.
One thing I pride myself on is being able to work with anybody. All right. Take care.
Well, there you have it. So it looks like everyone is going home, and I think I'm going to do so as well. I'm going to put on my knit cap because this wind is very unforgiving for a bald brother like myself. But I tell you what, Edward Williams coming to you live from the Connecting Spot Vibe down here at Mahogany's on the Banks. We had a wonderful time, hard-fought race. Roxanne Qualls was putting in work. Unfortunately, it did not turn out the way that we had anticipated. And just like Councilman Young said, oh my goodness gracious, it's a living legend. It's the myth, the man,
like
the
Roxanne
miracle.
said, we have to be graceful and pick ourselves up off the ground and be ready to work with the new mayor in the morning. God bless.
Oza Davis, Executive Director, Avondale Comprehensive Development Corporation.
Got to pick ourselves up off the ground.
Yeah, we got to. It's like it's cracked and on the ground. So I tell you what, you guys, stay tuned. Of course, we're going to have an awful lot more coming to you from SBN Studio. Of course, the place to be happy, inspired, and motivated, and the place to share you with the world. Didn't turn out the way we wanted to, but I tell you what, we got 4 years to work with the current mayor, Mayor John Cranley, and we'll see what happens next. We out.